The table gives information about the time taken for each of 600 people to reach their holiday destination. We need to use the information in the table to complete the histogram. So with the histogram, we need to work out the frequency density first, which is always the frequency divided by the width. So in the first case, it's 120 divided by 100, which is 1.2. In the next interval, we've got 140 divided by 50. This time, the width of this next bar is 50, between 100 and 150. 140 divided by 50 is 2.8. Next, we have 240 divided by 150, because the difference between 150 and 300 is 150. And we get 1.6. Next, we've got 80 divided by 200 is the difference between 300 and 500. So 80 divided by 200 is 0.4. And then finally, we've got 20 divided by 100, which is 0.2. Now we've got the frequency densities, we can start to plot this onto our histogram. Now I do notice that we've got one bar on our histogram already. I notice that that's between 150 and 300. That's this information here. So the frequency density there is 1.6. So this is 1.6. Now that gives me a clue then about what the rest of this scale is going to be. Because that makes me think that this could be 1.5. And then that would make sense if each of these small squares here was 0.5. If that was 0.5, 1.0, 1.5, 2.0, 2.5, and that was 3. That would be okay for fitting all of this information onto this histogram. Right. So now we've got our scale on our axis marked on nicely. Let's plot the rest of these bars. So between 0 and 100. 0 and 100, the frequency density is 1.2. So let's get our ruler. And we want to get to 1.2 on our frequency density. So that's 1, 1.1, 1.2 is there. That's 1.2. Right, next, between 100 and 150, so that's this next bar, the frequency density was 2.8. So we need to go all the way to 2.8 now. That's 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, 2.8 is there. Done. The next bar was the one that was given to us, the 1.6, so we don't need that. The next bar between 300 and 500, the frequency density is 0.4. 0.4 is 0.1, 2, 3, 4 is just there. And then 0.2 between 500 and 600 would be like that. Right, we've answered part A of the question. Part B says work out an estimate for the number of people who took more than 200 minutes to reach their holiday destination. So here's 200. How many people took more than that? So that's everybody to the right of this line. That's all of these people, all of these people, and all of these people. Well, we know that there were 20 people in here because of this. I know that there are 80 people in here because of this. Now, this here is 2/3 of this whole bar. I know that because I can take this bar. This is 1/3. This is 1/3. This is 1/3. So therefore this is 2/3 of that bar. And I know in that bar there were 240 people. So 2/3 of 240, or 1/3 would be 80, so 2/3 is 160. So 160 plus the 80 people plus the other 20 people means that 260 people took more than 200 minutes to reach their holiday destination.